Hello, Bitmonger family. Hope you're all doing well today. Today we'll be looking at Bitcoin. We'll look at how this war de-escalation has impacted markets and in particular how it's affected Bitcoin and some other great news that came across my radar. All right, everyone. I hope you have a wonderful day and I hope you enjoy today's video. Monger on. All right, Bitmonger family. So, looking at the markets and getting the great news that they are going to be negotiating peace talks and the de escalation of the war between Israel, the United States, and Iran, markets absolutely ripped. Uh, the fact that the news came out over the weekend, the only asset that trades over the weekend is Bitcoin. So, Bitcoin took a hit and that news came out soon after uh, the markets were open, and they absolutely ripped. You can see right here, uh, if we look at what they did the other day, they all were up. And if we look at the NASDAQ, we can see currently on the 6-month time frame, we are near all-time highs. We are already back up near all-time highs. How about the S&P? S&P 500 on the 6-month? We can see we are near all-time highs. We're just about, $50 away from the S&P's all-time high. This is very promising. Markets are moving forward, and I think when the money printer starts turning on, these assets are going to still continue to rip to the upside. So the other day I was talking about the oil trade, and with that news, conversely, when we get good news coming out of the Middle East and the war, peace talks were coming, uh, we can see that the price absolutely dropped. You know, so you could have played you could have played a short on this and made some good money, uh, but I was looking to long it, assuming that it was going to get worse. I wasn't awake when that news broke, so I didn't trade this at all. But we can see that it dropped and now it's coming back up again, and that's probably because people are realizing that they still need to negotiate terms, and those might not be that could take some time, and they may break. All right, so let's take a look at Bitcoin. So Bitcoin, as we can see over the weekend, it dumped on that news. It came right down and it perfectly touched that horizontal support line that I had drawn and bounced right off of that. I did nibble a little bit here, not much, but a tidbit, because I thought it might be going down to this level, the 96, 95 level, where I expected really heavy buying to come in. But it did bounce off here. I'm happy I got a little bit, and it is currently trading, as we can see here, at $106,700. Crazy to think that just a few days ago it was at 98K. So Bitcoin is showing strength and looking really good. Um, Other great news that's coming up. Let's take a look at this one. So, Morgan Stanley, 7.9 trillion authorizes 1.2 billion European fund to invest up to a staggering 25% of assets into Bitcoin. Institutional FOMO is real. It's going to be going higher, guys. You know, the other day I spoke at Bank of America. Here we are talking about Morgan Stanley. And another thing that people aren't reporting on is oftentimes these big firms like Morgan Stanley, they have to go through a due diligence period where they don't actively promote or sell uh, Bitcoin to their sales force is not suggesting. It has to go through some due diligence. So only if their clients are asking for it do they discuss it or suggest it. But if they don't, if they don't ask for it, they haven't been suggesting it, and that's changing as well. with a lot of these big firms because they have to do a certain amount of time before diligence before they can actually start putting their sales force and suggesting it heavily to their average day clients. Oftentimes, high net worth individuals get a peek into things previous before uh, the normies. That's just the way it's been for quite some time. But that's going to be happening as well. So we have this. I also talked about corporate treasuries, and this is an interesting one. We look at this company called uh, MetaPlanet, and MetaPlanet is a Japanese travel company, and they are buying Bitcoin as well. And you can see right here, the stock is absolutely ripped. Similar with MicroStrategy stock and how it's outperformed Bitcoin, they are buying Bitcoin and they're putting it on its treasury. And a lot of Japanese uh, saw this and have been FOMOing into this. I mean, the price has surged 810% from 12 cents to $1.10. It is just nuts. So people use these companies that are publicly traded companies that are putting Bitcoin down into their treasuries. They're using them as a proxy to get exposure to Bitcoin, and they can be doing it for numerous reasons. Maybe they don't want to hold physical Bitcoin or the Bitcoin in a ledger. They just want to own a stock. There might be tax advantages to doing this as well, generally speaking. So we can see MetaPlanet has, you know, gotten the attention of the Japanese, and they are buying this stock up. It is just going up, and they are adding more to their treasuries. So really good news here. I continue. If you're looking to get exposure to this, I think the best one is you got to be careful buying this type of beta play on Bitcoin through one of these companies that are putting Bitcoin down in their treasuries. There's been a lot of them, and they're growing quickly. I personally think MicroStrategy or Strategy now they renamed is the best one because they were the first ones to start doing this. And Michael Saylor, the CEO, is a brilliant guy, and I feel like they are in a much better position. Their average acquisition price of Bitcoin is also much lower since they were one of the first to start doing it. Okay. And the other good news that is going on is, you know, this one here. Elon Musk. And I know he's a controversial guy. You know, you love him or hate him, you have to recognize his genius, and he is a genius. And it looks like Elon Musk is building a DEX on Twitter. What does this mean for crypto? Well, it's a bold move, but we can see right here. This is the thing that if you're familiar with China, you know about WeChat, and WeChat is like the most amazing platform. It's like your banking and Facebook and trading and payments all in one single app. So I think this is what Musk is going to be doing. Uh, it's coming down the pipe uh, with his Twitter app, and I may not have stated it. I think I did state it one time before, but I am very bullish on Tesla. They have so many things that are happening. Um, I mean, the amount of things he's got going on between Tesla and the robo taxi that just launched uh, in Austin, Texas. Um, his mega pack energy storage, and I'll be doing that's another massive industry. Solar, um, you know. Then we have Twitter. Uh, he's doing so many things. SpaceX. Um, I think Tesla is going to grow massively going forward. Oh yeah, and the other thing is obviously robots. His Optimus program that he's doing with robotics. That is, this is going to be this is Massive disruption, people. Massive disruption. And I think Elon Musk and his companies are leading the charge in this. And if you're invested into it, you're going to benefit greatly. All right. So that's today's news, guys. Hope you're all doing well and monger on.